I want to welcome you guys to Gnomes Etc. This is our water gardening and pond supply section. You'll notice I tried to make it a little bit more navigation friendly, so you see the heading. So I'm not going to put any products, but there'll be a little bit of content someday along with a video and a slideshow. So with that, we're going to go through some of these. And by the way, a lot of the stuff that it's almost like a candy shop for me. I've been doing this stuff for 45 years, so I like to pick up a lot of my suppliers and a lot of my stuff here to blog, and I feel that if you're going to sell it, you ought to do the walk and the talk at the same time. So I do have plenty of these things that I do have here and I use for my own water garden, just so we can so I can do a display and also look and make sure that it does exactly what it's supposed to do. So here is one of our smaller type foggers. I like foggers because it makes it more of a mysterious, magical, fantasy type look to your feature. This one here doesn't have a floating ring, so you're going to have to have a constant level, which is easily done with some of the fountains and ponds that we do carry. This here will be added. I love this. It's brought to you by Atlantic Water Gardens. Their stuff is a little bit expensive, but boy, it's really top quality notch. It's all manned by them. Their price has to be met, or else you get a friendly call and say, hey, your prices aren't up to where they should be. So this is a color ring. It would be good for underwater. It has this cool remote that has a dial to it, but I'm not going to get into it because all these things will have to have a video and a blog and how to use them. Here is a cool, it's not in here because I use it, but it's a floating spray fountain. It has your blue, red, and white. It goes about 3 feet, and you can see the color from a distance. During the night, I tend to shut the lights off and have the spray during the day. Another thing that's going to be brand new, and I think these are really cool, is these color falls. It doesn't go into a garden pond. It doesn't go into anything with plants. It's more of a retaining wall type of thing with a basin. It has 48 different modes of, different color changing types of things. Again, it has a nice remote where you can, maybe you want it purple today or green or red. Maybe you want different colorations. Another thing that kind of is good is this super power fogger, pond fogger. These are good for your ponds out there. The small ones are big enough. This comes with a floating disc where it raises up and down with your pond level, because there's always going to be evaporation or such. Maybe you add too much water, but this goes up and down. It's sort of like this, only that has a one jet with LED lights. This has 5 of them. Again, here's some hose that we carry. We don't have the liners in here as such. Another thing that I believe in very heavily for water gardening is when you do stuff at night. Here's some pretty cool. This one here is it's an Alpine light, 144 LED, and again it has a cool remote where you can keep changing the different colors. This one here is a different type. It has a remote, and you have to control everything by the remote. This one here, it's in the plug where you can do the different switching. This here is another cool item. It's an LED egg light kit. These here kind of have a little transformer. It goes with 10 feet of cable. Then you have a little 3-way splitter where you can continue with another 10 feet, and on each side you can put what they call it, an egg light. And they're cool. They come in white, I think blue, green, red, and they have a stiff cable for the light where you can wrap it around stuff. So that's another cool item. Here we got another type of a light. Here's a light where you can make an actual geyser or gusher coming out of it, and it lights up. Again, we carry different types of your pumps. This one here is a smaller one. Here's another magical fogger with a remote control, because believe it or not, there are people sort of like me who like to goof around with controllers and gizmos like this, and you'll find all kinds of different like pond in a boxes. You'll have all your different water treatments, maybe some sterilizer UV kits, different types of your liner kits where it's an all-in-one thing. Everything you need to start your gardens there. Disappearing type of waterfalls. So that's just to name a few. This is sort of to break into what the categories are about. Something where we can bring to the table. And like I said, I buy a lot of the supplier stuff, and we're going to blog about it because you need to know and you need to see what these things are capable of doing to see if it fits what you want it to do. So that's it for our pond, water garden and pond supplies, basins and such.